Good afternoon, guys. It's Wednesday. We're on our way to my treatment. I think this is number 17, if I'm not mistaken.
We're on the downward slope.
So, I was talking, many of you guys know that have been following the channel a while, that my neighbor right across the road, Chuck, is a preacher, or was a preacher. He doesn't have his own church anymore, but he did up until about a year ago. But anyways, he devoted his life to God, 50 plus years. Was a preacher for many of those years. Did all the things a preacher would do: services, funerals, marriages, all that stuff. But anyways, him and I are definitely on the opposite ends of the religious spectrum, I guess you could say. But I was talking to him yesterday, and he, back when he was preaching, he would plan his sermon, what he was going to talk about. And I challenged him yesterday to come up with something that him and I could discuss, knowing full well that we are both on, we're on the opposite ends there. And like I said to him, I said, well, it might be an awful one-sided conversation. You might end up doing all the talking, but I just thought it might be interesting to get his perspective on what we're dealing with here. So hopefully he'll come up with something, and we'll have an interesting conversation on the way to or from my treatment tomorrow.
It is a faith shaker.
Yes. I mean, I don't think this is going to change my belief all that much, but it might make me think a little more than I ever have, obviously, for obvious reasons. But honestly, guys, there's more people on the other side than there are here, by far, by probably 5 or 6 times, that I care about. Obviously, I love everybody in my life now, but I would say 5 times that many people are gone now, maybe even 10. It's a staggering amount of people I've lost in my lifetime, because my parents were so much older, my family was all older. Hey, it happens, but I have no complaints. I had a wonderful childhood. So that was the thought.
You was spoiled rotten.
Yes, I was. But that was the thought of something I might do tomorrow on the way to treatment. I think it could be an interesting conversation if it goes the right way. But other than that, I brought the camera for this trip to go to treatment a couple times and just completely forgot to turn it on. So we'll see if we see anything cool or interesting on the way. Just chit chat along the way, I suppose. We'll be back. Alright, we're going along. We just wanted to show you, this is pretty much what our drive is like to go to this treatment center. Yeah, it's 40 minutes, but it's like this all the way. There's one real stoplight in Everett, and one stoplight in Reed City, and then there's a 4-way stop just outside of Reed City, and that's it. There's nothing between here and there, and one stop sign, a couple stop signs, but it's such an easy drive. I filmed it a couple times, but we never showed you just how wide open, how easy it is. This 40-minute drive really only feels like 20 minutes now. It's so easy.
Whereas if we were going to Mount Pleasant and having to drive in the city and everything else, it would suck.
Yeah, because Mount Pleasant, the odds are the the treatment center would be on the far end of the city, so you'd have to go through 6 or 8 stoplights through the city to get to the other end of the city. It's like,
or take a twisted, convoluted way to get to the other side of the city before you got into the city.
That's kind of why we don't go to Mount Pleasant anymore. We've never showed you guys Mount Pleasant. That's how rarely we go there.
I hate it.
Everything that pretty much, we can get anything we need in Big Rapids. There might be a couple stores that Mount Pleasant has that.
Well, now the Big Rapids has the Joanne Fabric. I'm good.
Yeah, that's true. So.
But yeah, I mean, there's really not much there, and everything that we want is on the opposite side of town from where we are, and it's just, it's a pain. The traffic is terrible. Not so much right now. I mean, it's still bad, but when school's in session, ugh. Just ridiculous.
really is not a bad drive. It sucks for the reason we got to do it, but for me, it's getting me out of the house because I was like becoming too much of a homebody. Just I would sit there mostly. So
Well, now we know why.
yeah, that's true. Getting out of the house just feels good. So but there you go. We just thought we'd share that little part with you.
And our secret shortcut.
Yeah, that too.
This is our secret shortcut.
Yeah, because if we don't come this way and we keep going north on 66 and then go up to 10 and go west, 10 curves beyond this little road we're headed to right now, 10 curves farther to the north. So it's like this shaves 5 minutes off the trip. We figured we actually timed it. Like, holy crap, that really does take us out of the way.
And stopping at that 4-way stop that takes forever.
So this is something we never showed you guys, but right up there on that, you can see the flat spot right there. Excuse me, that's where the railroad used to run back in the day. And it runs all along this road, many, many miles. It runs all through the state, actually. But they call it Rails to Trails, correct?
I don't know.
Something like that. But anyways, it's a state-sponsored bike path now, snowmobile trail bike path, but it's all been paved. Really, really cool.
They do that in a lot of spots. Wherever there used to be train tracks, they're all now snowmobile and bike trails.
You can see the path there a bit. But right up here on the left has one of the old original train bridges, which is really, really cool.
Oh, I love this bridge. I love this bridge so much.
We're just trying to show you guys some interesting things along the way here. Yeah, this bridge is awesome. It'll probably stand forever.
Well, not according to engineering disasters, it won't. But hey. She's gorgeous. Oh, love that bridge. As long as it's inspected. But yeah, it goes all the way into here, into Everett. Which, curiously, I don't know if you can see that, but curiously, it has a Bigfoot right there. And I don't really know why, but the old depot is over
To our left.
to our left. It's right over in there, and it actually,
That is it right there.
yeah, you can't really see it.
That's the old depot.
And that's actually where the green light. Green light, give me the camera. Illegal, thank you. That's actually where the old depot stood. There's a new law in Michigan that started on the 30th of June.
About phones, not cameras.
Oh, for God's sake, it's a distracted driving law. You can't have anything in your hand, like a phone or a camera. The stupid thing to me is that all your phone or whatever it is has to be in a holder. And I'm like, mine's in my cup holder. We're going to call that good. But if you can use it for your radio and stuff like that, but you're only allowed one tap. And I'm like, how in the hell are they going to know how many times I'm tapping it? But at any rate.
So somebody commented earlier, I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but she said she used to live here in Everett.
Here's Everett.
And now lives in Tawas, I believe she said. But she's still in Michigan. I thought that was pretty cool.
I know where Tawas is.
Maybe she'll recognize this. Maybe she hasn't been here for 30 years. I don't know.
I don't think it's changed altogether that much. It's Everett.
But now that we're through the city,
There you go.
wide open again. Not another stoplight for 11 miles.
Right up until the point where somebody tries to make a U-turn in the middle of the road and tries to kill you. Last week when we were on our way there, some guy pulled into the left-hand lane where it was a passing lane on the right. There's a left-hand lane for, making turns and stuff. And he pulled into the left lane, and Mike followed him thinking that he was trying to get around somebody. Oh, no, this guy just slammed on his brakes to make a U-turn in the middle of a 55-mile-per-hour highway. Brilliant. Instead of, doing what the normal person would do and pulling into a driveway somewhere and turning around or pulling over on the shoulder and waiting for traffic to clear. No, he just stopped in the middle of the road. Good thing we didn't have the old struts on here, because that would have increased our stopping distance and we would have hit him. Yeah, there's lots of this.
A whole lot of easy driving.
Yeah.
We were so pissed. Monday we actually ran into traffic because there was
Oh.
MDOT was doing something to the road. We thought grinding. They were blowing something. They were making a hell of a lot of dust.
We don't know what they were doing.
But anyways, it had traffic backed up, which is very unusual around here.
Although now that I look, I think they were repainting the lines. But yeah. I was like, wow, that's more of an early morning or evening project. I wouldn't think that's a middle of the afternoon main road to get to a cancer treatment center kind of project.
This vehicle does not do good in stop and go traffic.
No.
It gets hot. Here we are coming into Reed City.
Home of Dogman.
That it is. If you guys want to look up something interesting,
Dogman.
Dogman resides in Reed City, in the Osceola County, Reed City area.
It started in Reed City. The reports of Dogman started in Reed City. Dogman is Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio.
East of Ray Road thing.
Yeah, it's a very regional thing.
Excuse me. Here comes our second stoplight. Four-way stop, this one is, and the stoplight is just beyond this. There's an Eagles General Store here now.
Yeah.
Really well known in northern Michigan. Way farther north.
I really would like to go in there.
Yeah,
I'm not doing recon or anything.
Right? Yeah, she's going to spy on
I always spy.
meat prices and such.
I always go in there. Any grocery store I go into, I'm always doing recon. I'm not just shopping.
But it's funny, guys. A lot of times we'll come here, and there is an old, like, late model, 1990s, late 90s model, black and white Reed City cop car parked right there where that truck is turning left. And it's funny. It's like we thought it was like a decoy car because we didn't see anybody in it, but no, there was the cops sitting in it. It was funny.
Like, wow, what a fun job you have, dude.
Money generator, apparently.
Wow, it's exciting. Sitting there at that light waiting for people to run it. Nobody's going to run it.
It's not like he's hiding. He's right there in the wide open.
You know, you're not going to catch any speeders at a four-way stop.
Yeah, genius. Who told you to park there?
Not really very bright. Okay.
And here's our other light. And then treatment center is what, 300 yards down?
Yeah, not far.
Right, not far.
Well, we'll go. I'll take you guys with us because it's funny to me because there's only in all of Reed City there happens to be 3 fast food restaurants. There's Burger King, Taco Bell, and McDonald's, and they're all right here. There's Burger King.
And there's a Subway also.
Well, I don't consider Subway fast food. Fast food, I'm talking greasy burgers and nasty stuff.
I would
Yeah, there is a Subway.
rather have a Wendy's over the McDonald's, but we had McDonald's the other day. It's something we just really don't go to.
There's McDonald's.
But the chicken nuggets were great, so.
Yeah. And there is, of course, the king of all. Taco Bell. Yeah, they just happen to be right down here, right down the road. Okay, and here's this creepy Reed City sign. I hope I'm getting it, because whoever decided to paint it blood red and then have, like, drippy things coming down, that looks like something you'd see in a video game.
It's bizarre for a city sign.
It's like, It's a plasma cutout sign that says "Welcome to Reed City" that's painted blood red, and it's got drips coming down it. All it needs is claw marks from Dogman.
Here's the treatment center on where we're turning into, and just down to our left now,
About 90 feet.
90 feet, 200 feet at the most, is the hospital when I got to go give blood, where I got to do once a week. So it takes all of like 10 minutes total to go down there and give blood. I mean, they're in and everything about this is like just
in and out.
In and out. It's crazy.
Zoom.
You know, crazy good. Really good service.
This place is just, it's really pretty.
And the girls are all good looking.
Oh,
I have no problem with that.
So's his doctor.
Which doctor?
Kirkland.
Oh yeah, he's a handsome fella.
Yeah, he is. Handsome, and he's a doctor. Right in there, just in that area right there, there's a green area, just a field, and we were coming in here the other day, and there was just a random deer standing there.
You know.
Okay, well, we're going in for treatment. I'll catch you guys later.
Well, we made it back home, but we really didn't film anything on the drive home because we had met with the lady that helps with financial assistance, and you know, like a patient advocate basically is what she is. So we had to meet with her and explain to her our concerns about heating the house this winter. If I can't do firewood, how the heck are we supposed to heat this place on trying to run off 100-pound cylinders that would not last a week a piece if you're using that as your primary source. So anyways, we didn't film anything, so I just thought I'd wrap this up. Here at home, I have decided, as another good faith gesture, I removed the camera that was on the side over there because Adam had asked me about it. I'm like, well, we had a feeding station for raccoons, and then the deer started showing up and possums, and I said, so it was really cool, but y'all know the raccoons have vanished and all that. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to move the camera. Plus it has the good microphone. So I'm hoping I can mount it up here on a tree and get a really good view right here in the river, and then get the microphone somewhere over here, maybe even right here by the fire, closest to the fire as I can get it. So, but I'm having a problem. I don't have the right adapter to, my cord's not long enough, that won't reach, and I can't find the right connector or adapter to hook them together. But that's the plan. I might be able to might be able to steal one of the cords from one of these two cameras, get it to work. I'll figure something out. Even if I gotta buy a connector, it's only a couple bucks. But we'll hope you enjoyed the ride. And unfortunately, guys, now we got something going on with Onyx. He's not acting right, and we found some blood, like in, not drool. It kind of looks like a little bit like diarrhea, but there's a little bit of blood in it, and he's acting weird today. He's laying on the floor, which he never does, but he's gone outside. So fingers crossed that there's nothing major going on there. Man, it's just one freaking thing after another. But thanks for hanging with us and supporting us. We really appreciate it.